Noreen, you'd be interested in this. Tell us about, and when you tell this story, then I have a follow-up to it, about the throwing the coffee cup at the FBI agent.
Yes.
What?
6 months after Johnny was kidnapped, another boy from Des Moines was kidnapped from the high school parking lot where he was attending school. And the kidnappers jumped into his Eldorado Cadillac and took the boy, and then made a call to the parents on the kid's car phone for ransom demand. Now, it so happened that that family was very wealthy. The grandfather invented the vending machine. Does that give you a clue?
Yeah.
As to how much money that they're worth? Okay. So the FBI jumped on that one. They brought in agents from Quantico, Virginia. They had SWAT teams. They had everything. They got the kid back in 36 hours.
Wow.
Unharmed. Well, the next day, a representative from the West Des Moines Police, and then a man named Herb Hawkins, who was a special agent in charge from the Omaha office of the FBI, plus our local FBI agent here, all came to our house. I think they just wanted to gloat about, solving the other case.
Yeah.
And I was just making coffee, and they came in, and Herb Hawkins said to me, "Oh, man," he says, "we really had to work on that case. There was a human life at stake." And by this time, they had moved to the table, and they were sitting down, and Herb was sitting in Johnny's chair at the table.
Yeah.
And I was pouring the coffee and putting the mugs on a tray to carry over to the table. And when he said that there was a human life at stake, I said, well, what do you call my son? I said, you all wouldn't enter Johnny's case. You still haven't. What is this about a human life in the other case? And he said, Mrs. Gosh, there's something you don't understand. The other family were prominent people.
Oh, my gosh.
They are very wealthy. We had to start looking for their boy right away. And that did it.
Yeah,
I put down the coffee pot. I picked up a full mug of coffee, and I hurled the cup across the room and missed Herb Hawkins' face by a quarter of an inch.
The whole cup or just the coffee?
The whole cup.
Wow.
Well, they jumped up and started yelling at me and all sorts of things, and he wanted to know. He says, I can see you're overwrought. What can I do for you? I said, get out of my house. I said, if you're not going to look for my boy, I said, step aside because I'm coming through.
Good for you.
And I threw them out of the house. Well, then, Ken Wooden, who had investigated pedophiles for many, many years, used to work for CBS. He was a friend of mine. A few days later, he called me, and he said, hey, babe, what is this I hear about you throwing a coffee cup at Herb Hawkins? And I said, how did you hear about it?
Yeah.
He said, well, I was at the White House for a dinner with Ronald Reagan, and William Webster, head of the FBI, and some other dignitaries were coming in. And he says, I was sitting there wearing my Johnny Gosh button on my suit, and he said William Webster was very disgusted and upset when he got to the meeting. And he said, oh, I just had to deal with some agent out in Omaha because some crazy woman in Iowa threw a cup of coffee at him. And Ken Wooden picked up, kind of perked up when he heard Iowa, and he says, well, with that, what was her name?
Yeah.
And Webster said, Noreen Gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
And my friend Ken said in front of the president, he said, if that woman lost control for even 30 seconds, it's because your agent said something that was deplorable.
Good.
He got out of line, or she never would have reacted that way.
Good.
He said, I know her.
And Noreen and Ted, we're out of time.
Okay.
A real quick note.
Yes,
I
sir.
know Herb Hawkins. I sent him a copy of your book, Noreen.
You sent who a copy?
Herb Hawkins, a copy of your book.
You did?
And never heard back from him.
I'm not surprised.
And I want to thank both of you for being on. We'll go a minute over, but thanks so much, and we cannot let this die. Ted, you and I are going to be in touch a lot. Noreen, anytime you have any information or hear anything or have any questions, please let me know.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
too. God
Thanks,
bless
Noreen.
both of you.
Good night.
Ted, I'll call you tomorrow, too.
Okay.
Okay, good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And everybody, that was two fine people. I'll see you Monday. I'm Alex Merklinger. This is Mysteries of the Mind on the Millennium Radio Network. Have a great weekend, my friends. God bless us all because we need it.